a transition to structured solutions, overview of solutions, systematize the solutions, overviews of best practices in order to meet challenges. Number 4, we will indeed try, as International ID in the course of the next weeks and months, based also on the good help of Dr. Qureshi and others, to make a kind of inventory of tools that can be used, adapted to a situation that is different from country to country, but that can be used to indeed bring solutions. So the heart of this conference was the exchange of best practices. We made a transition, I think, very clearly from the analysis to what are the best practices, what are kind of solutions. I think it is our task now to propose to you a substantive, well-structured, comprehensive overview and make the relation with the challenges, show how these best practices and solutions can indeed meet these challenges. Last but not least, I want to be brief. As an element of the way ahead, I would like to underline the importance of what has been said by people that were here testifying before I stood in front of you. I think it's important to broaden a little bit the scope of our activities. I've been myself a politician, I've been treasurer of my party. I think it is really important in order to have impact, in order to give even more added value to our work, to invite around the table representatives of what I would call the consumers, the users of our knowledge and of our proposals, the private sector, the corporate sector, to hear from them. For them also it is not always pleasant to have to be forced to pay politicians to reach a goal. Let's invite them and talk to them how they feel about the problem. Representatives of political parties, people that in reality have to face the problem of financing a political activity and that have to apply rules that have to meet objectives. There are more stakeholders, but I think at least these two categories of people outside of this room have to be involved in our activities. Ladies and gentlemen, my last words are, I think, the most sympathetic. It's to use some minutes left to thank people. First of all, to thank, I would say, the nation of Mexico through the Electoral Tribunal for hosting this event as co-organizers. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. It's as you know, my Spanish is not so elaborated, but muchas gracias is still within the reach of my knowledge. I would also like to thank our partners, the people from INE and the representative of the OECD. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I think I can be a kind of spokesman for you. It is that we talk a lot about institutions, about conferences, about rules and so on, but at the end it's the people that make a difference. And so I would like to invite you to give a warm round of applause for all the people, from the people that took the initiative, to the drafters of the reports, to the people of the logistics here in Mexico and outside of this room that made our meetings possible. Thank you very much and see you hopefully next time. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, secretario general, y con estas palabras creo que nos hemos merecido un buen tequila, buena música de mariachi, buena comida mexicana que es sabrosa y que disfruten mucho de su estadía en México. Para aquellos que están viajando, ha sido un placer tenerlos aquí. Gracias por acompañarnos, gracias por sus contribuciones. Esperamos seguir trabajando con todos ustedes en las próximas etapas de este proyecto.